Welcome. We need to talk because the very nature of cyber threats has fundamentally changed. We are no longer just defending against human attackers. We're now facing autonomous, AI-driven adversaries, and this changes everything.
This sentiment really captures the core of the problem, doesn't it? While many of us in the security world saw this coming, the sheer speed of it all has caught almost everyone off guard. We've literally fast-forwarded into a new reality, and the security implications are just enormous.
So let's dive into the new threat landscape. And I want to be clear, we are not talking about future problems here. These are tangible, real-world costs and active threats that are happening right now, starting with two big ones: shadow AI and deepfakes. First up is something that's probably already inside your organization, whether you know it or not: shadow AI. This is what happens when an employee, usually with the best of intentions, starts using an AI tool that hasn't been approved or secured by IT. It creates this massive, unmanaged blind spot in your security.
And this isn't some theoretical risk. The data is crystal clear. Breaches that involve a shadow AI component cost an average of $670,000 more to fix. That is a staggering penalty for just one unvetted tool.
Now, what makes this even worse is that a full 60% of organizations don't have any AI governance policy in place. Think about that. The majority of businesses have absolutely no guardrails to prevent these costly shadow AI situations from happening in the first place.
At the same time, we're seeing a literal explosion in external threats. Just look at deepfakes. We went from about 500,000 instances in 2023 to a projected 8 million by 2025. That is a 1,500% increase in just 2 years. This technology is becoming so common that creating a hyper-convincing AI-driven social engineering attack is now trivially easy for our adversaries.
Okay, so that brings us to the core of this briefing. We're moving beyond simple tools to fully autonomous agents. And these things represent a threat on two totally distinct fronts.
You have to defend against two scenarios at the same time now. First, attacks on your own internal AI agents, turning your own productivity tools against you. And second, attacks by adversarial agents, that is, malicious AIs that are purpose-built to breach your defenses.
When your own agents are turned, they become massive risk amplifiers. I mean, think about it. A hijacked agent can steal data at light speed. We're even seeing zero-click attacks where an agent gets compromised just by reading a malicious email. No human ever has to click a thing. This leads to this unmanageable sprawl of non-human identities and, of course, the potential for catastrophic privilege escalation. So how are these agents getting hijacked? Well, according to the Open Worldwide Application Security Project, the #1 method is prompt injection. The best way to think about it is like tricking a GPS by giving it confusing directions that make it ignore where it's supposed to go. This has been the top vulnerability for large language models since 2023, and it's still largely unmitigated. This is the open door that attackers are just walking right through. And then on the other side, you've got the adversaries deploying their own agents. They're creating hyper-personalized phishing emails that are nearly impossible to spot. They're generating polymorphic malware. That's code that constantly changes its own structure to evade detection. We're even seeing fully automated ransomware campaigns, where the agent handles the entire attack, from recon all the way to ransom. The skill level required to launch a sophisticated attack has just plummeted.
All right, so as if the immediate AI threat wasn't enough, there's another strategic imperative on the horizon: a ticking clock that's going to affect every single organization's long-term data security.
The reality is that one day a quantum computer will be powerful enough to break all of our current encryption. That day is called Q-Day. And the data that's being stolen today can be decrypted tomorrow. What that means is we have to implement quantum-safe algorithms now, well before Q-Day ever arrives.
And this really illustrates the core danger here. While awareness of the quantum threat is definitely going up, the actual deployment of quantum-safe solutions is lagging, dangerously behind. We are simply running out of time to prepare for what we all know is inevitable.
So what do we do? I mean, how do you possibly defend against autonomous AI, shadow AI, and this looming quantum threat? Well, the only real answer is to enter the AI arms race. This quote sums it up perfectly. You can't use last year's static rulebooks to defend against an attack that is literally changing itself in real time. You need adaptive, intelligent, AI-powered defenses to fight AI-powered attacks. It is an arms race, plain and simple.
So here is your proactive defense plan. It's 3 steps. First, establish clear AI governance. Eliminate shadow AI and manage how you deploy agents. Second, you have to deploy AI-powered defenses that can actually detect and respond to these new attacks like prompt injection. And third, you must begin the transition to post-quantum cryptography immediately.
Look, this is no longer a question for the future. The attackers are already using AI. They're automating their entire kill chain. The arms race has already begun. So the only question that really matters now is, are you prepared to fight back?